One second. Guys, how's the stream look? I'm dropping frames like... Well, it says 0 dropped frames, but... Look at my CPU right here. The frame rate's dropping down to like crazy low. 20? Look at that. Hey, E Mazda, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How are you doing today? How you doing? Thoughts on ATVI? I could take a look at it in a moment here. Let me finish up play real quick. Have you been trading Activision recently? Have you been trading them? Awesome, awesome. Are you doing well? Is the real question. Where'd my music go? Not doing bad. Great to hear. There's actually some Activision highlights on my. They might be available on Twitch still if they haven't deleted them, but they're definitely available on the YouTube channel. I've covered them 2 or 3 times now. We've had very successful run-ins with Activision over the years. Let me show you. Let's see if I can pull up a picture. Hey Willow, thank you for stopping by. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Let's see if I could find a picture here. This was my last time I traded Activision. I had an average share price of around $45. We did sell at that 102 range, and that's exactly when it started to tank. It had been coming down for a while. You know, there's kind of blood in the water, but you know, that's also kind of a great time to identify a potential entry, right? Seeing, you know, Activision, I quite like trading Activision. I like World of Warcraft, I like Call of Duty, great company. I do think Activision will recover. What brokerage sites do you use to trade? Willow, actually, if you look right below this stream, I actually have like a Q&A section that talks about brokerages, and there's like 6 to 8 different brokerages you can look at. Also, in my Discord, we have a whole channel kind of dedicated to this topic. I use multiple brokerages if you wanted to know exactly what I'm using, right? I use multiple brokerages. Some brokerages have features that others don't, like partial shares or shorts, for example. I don't think like Robinhood offers shorts, for example. Some brokerages offer like international trading, access to foreign exchanges. I do a lot of international investing. That might be a little over the heads for some, but depending on what feature sets you're looking for, here's a variety of brokerages that I can recommend that you could check out. And again, that's available in our Discord. It's free, so feel free to join the Discord. It's the best place to get a hold of me 24/7. And again, those are also linked in my Twitch bio, so feel free to look at those. Awesome. I'll make sure to... What am I holding? Maz, I'm actually holding too much to keep track of, but if you look at my Twitter, we actually have a bullish watch list, a bearish watch list, and then a Discord generated watch list full of tickers recommended by you guys. So if you want to see some of my active watch list, Twitter has them publicly available. Here, let's also available in the Discord. Every time I post a tweet, it gets shared in the Discord. Let's see. So here's some symbols right here. Great long-term positions. American Airlines, Rolls-Royce, Yard, IBM's great. 5% dividend. Awesome. Kiwi, 8% dividend. A to M Milk, if you're into more of that foreign trading, you could check some of those out. And again, there are videos with me explaining my positions and reasons why I'm taking these positions available on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check those out. Right now we're looking at Dave & Buster's. I'm kind of halfway through the TA, and then I'm gonna talk about it real quick, and then we can move on to our next symbol. I love Rolls-Royce as a great an international investment, something you can hold on long term. It's very fairly valued, I feel. So yeah, it's great. You can also check out like Rockwell Medical, you know. Rolls-Royce, great household name, great technical trends. They offer derivatives that allow people who don't have access to the LSE exchange to get into it. It's with the RTY or RCY. It was in the tweet. They have a RYCEY. It's a derivative with the underlying of RR from the LSE exchange. Great company. Thank you so much, Kill the Chemist, for joining. I really appreciate you. Kill the Chemist. I can actually pronounce your name. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. You guys just missed an unboxing we did when we first started the stream, but we actually have one more box coming up after this symbol. Maybe we might do a symbol before. Depends what you guys want to see, but we do have one box still to go through. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. How's the frame rate and the audio sounding, guys? My computer's acting a little laggy. I'm not happy about it. How's this look, guys? Is this cool? Is this cool? Is this good? Y'all better delete them baby names out your notes. 60 degrees in December. It's Ohio. Sound and frame rate is good. Thank you, Chemist. Appreciate you. Did I see the spy? Spy does spy things. Did you guys see the whole insider trading thing with the Congress members? That was something I saw recently I found quite interesting. Maybe I could pull up a video about that a little later. I found it baffling and appalling, but I feel like the general public really doesn't understand the gravity of the situation, so it might go unnoticed. Okay. So right now we are looking at Rolls-Royce, or not Rolls-Royce, sorry, we were just talking about Rolls-Royce. This is Dave & Buster's Entertainment. Symbol play. Now, play is a really cool symbol here. Let me mute the audio real quick. Play, it holds some value. It's pretty valuable symbol name. Dave & Buster's, on the other hand, I cannot tell you the last time I've been to a Dave & Buster's. I've probably been to a Chuck E. Cheese more recently than I've been to a Dave & Buster's, and that was probably like 7 years ago. That being said, we've identified the all-time high, the all-time low. We've identified a downtrending price channel, which seems to be the current price channel in play. We're looking at the blue line, which represents the 180 moving average, and then the cyan or light blue line, that's the 20 moving average. Again, this is a weekly chart, so keep that in mind. As for taking a position on this current symbol, it's kind of middle of its range here. Again, we have our resistance right here of about $45, and our support, give or take that $15 range, $8-20 range. It's kind of downtrending over time. If you would have got in, again, in that $7 to $8 range in 2020, that would have been very opportunistic. Sorry, I thought I saw something. That would have been pretty ideal. Again, that was kind of provoked by the whole Corona trade and all that. Let's quickly go over the financials here. In 2016, they had a profit margin of 9.3%. In 2017, they had a profit margin of 10.6%. 2018, they had a profit margin of 9.26%. And in 2019, they had a profit margin of 7.4%. So kind of stagnant, kind of flat, but they are seeing a revenue growth over time, which is pretty good. Again, this company was heavily impacted by Corona. They had to close down some of their shops. Can't necessarily have a bunch of people gathering, playing arcade games, etc. during these times. Makes a lot of sense, actually. They had a profit margin of negative 47.42% in the year of 2020. Now, do we expect to see that rebound a little bit? Most likely. And you would probably see that in the earnings reports. That would be an improvement over the 2020 financial reports. That being said, how much is it going to improve it? It would probably come right back up to that 7 to 9% profit margin range. I wouldn't expect it to shoot much higher than that. A lot of companies, not a lot, but some companies can pull like 20, 30% profit margins, which are astonishing numbers, very above average. I don't think we'll see that here. During the last trading session, this symbol did do very, very well, growing 11.72% in a singular day. What a coincidence. It was the one and only symbol we talked about. Where is it? It was the one and only symbol we talked about today in the Discord. The one and only symbol. That was at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Yeah, I have a weird sleep schedule, but we were talking about that at 3 a.m. It was at $33. Here we are less than 24 hours later at $37. Crazy. Was I trying to say it was the best buy? No, actually. It kind of looks like a little bit of a bear flag's forming here. I can kind of outline it here. Pretty much the biggest technical threat to this company right now is that weekly 180 moving average. Kind of see that flag forming there, and then you had the bull flag at the bottom. I could highlight that as well. Right here. Doing that in green. So how do we identify these flags? The green flag at the bottom here, you can tell the resistance remained flat while the support was increasing over time, showing and depicting an increase in demand over time. It's typically a good sign. Now, if you look at the red flag up here, the support was remaining flat while the resistance was actually tapering, showing a decrease over time, which shows a decrease in demand over time. Uncoincidentally, that bear flag is forming right on top of that weekly 180 moving average, which is the scariest part of this equation because that's a pretty significant sign of resistance. Not good. You also, quite clearly, you can see how the 180 moving average was at a $50 range, and now it's currently at that $37 range. So your 180 moving average is actually pointing down, which is another sign of a downward trend. Not the greatest. Now, if we look at the RSI might actually show a little bit more promise in this company than the other indicators we've been looking at till now. As you can see, it's middle of the range, but most recently visited the bottom of the RSI. So if you put all your eggs into the RSI basket, you would say that the RSI would be touching its resistance or the overbought territory sooner rather than later. But that's just one indicator compared to the 5 or 6 bearish indicators we just covered prior to recognizing the RSI. So I'd say there's probably more weight to the bearish argument than the bullish argument. There are none. That's not super great. The U.S. national average is that 3 to 4% range, and the current market cap is 1.8 billion, which is very moderate. You know, that's not insane like a 40 or 60 or 1 trillion. But it's also not super low like a 400 million. It's fine though. Very fine. The market cap doesn't have any concern in any way. It's mainly that downtrending price channel, which seems to be the price channel in play. This bear flag, very concerning, and the fact that this bear flag is forming right on top of the weekly 180 moving average is no coincidence. So be very careful, guys. That's pretty much Dave and Buster's. We can get into our next company now. Are my guys still in chat? Was there something they wanted to see? Otherwise, I might jump into one of the symbols on my watch list real quick. Can you pull up the options change? What's the put call ratio? That's a good question. Let's see if I can do that easily here. Typically, I'd pull up my options things through my brokerage, and right now I'm looking at TradingView. So I'll see what I can do for you. This is the stock bot. It's available to anyone who joins the Discord, completely free. Awesome people work on it, and I give them much credit. Now, as far as the options chain, I can't necessarily bring that up right now. Again, I'd have to log into my brokerages. I do that on a completely different computer. Separate note. Here's the short interest for play right now. It's kind of very average. As you can see, it kind of dwell in that 35 to 56% range. And it's currently at like a 46. So it's very in the middle as far as short interest. What else can I pull up? I could pull up. Let me try one more website that may or may not work for the. You might be in luck. Let's say from its current price, we were to buy it's December, let's say July contracts. And we want a call with the strike of, let's say 30. And then let's say we were to also buy the same month a put with a strike of we'll do 45 just so it's wait, no, we'll balance it. We'll do right there. Hopefully this works. Oh wow, it does work. Okay. That would be a terrible strap. What's the current implied volatility? The implied volatility is very high actually. That's 65. That's crazy. Maybe not the best time to be buying a contract, eh? But that could go as high as 90, could go as high as 100. But you could also just take a simple short position. Thank you for linking the NASDAQ options chain. I have some VMs open, so let me pull that up. Sorry, I just realized my mic was muted. Well, what's your typical option strategy? For me, I typically look for contracts with like a 6 to 8 month expiration date. I don't really trade weeklies, for example, because I'm more often than not trading on the monthly chart or at lowest the weekly chart. But everyone has their own strategies, of course, you know, a different plan of attack. Was there any particular month of contracts you wanted to look at? We got December, but those expire really soon. I best at shorting biotech. I was asking more like what type of contracts you'd be buying, like expiration wise. But sure. Biotech, you know, it has its wild fluctuations. It's a risky game. It has its ups and downs. But where there's risk, there's equal opportunity for reward. The implied volatility is pretty high on play here, so people are definitely strapping in. If I'm going long, I pretty much stick to leaps. Okay. Do you ever do like bullish calendar spreads? I more often than not would buy, if I'm going short, I would buy a call and a matching put of a similar price, or if I'm going long, I would write a matching call and put. Sorry, bro, my mic's acting a little weird. More often than not, if I'm going taking a position with options and I'm going long, I would typically write a matching call and put, something of similar value, so you know you have your green eye in the middle. Or if I'm shorting, which if I'm taking an options position, more often than not I would be only doing that if I'm shorting. I don't typically take options for a long trade, but I would again buy a matching call and put, so strap in. But BA, great company. I really like that company, very solid, kind of goes hand in hand with the whole Rolls-Royce and an airlines trade, you know, very cool. Do you want to see me open this box real quick, or I can go into the next symbol? What did I have next? I had one I wanted to cover.